Young and the Restless Spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. We are so thrilled to have you here today to discuss the absolute insanity that just went down in Genoa City. If you haven't watched the latest episode yet, uh, consider this your official spoiler warning because we are holding nothing back. Grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's dive right into the drama. I cannot breathe. I literally cannot process what I just watched on my screen. I am sitting here typing furiously because if I don't get these thoughts out of my system right this second, I am going to explode. They actually did it. They actually went there with Matt Clark and Phyllis Summers, and I am equal parts terrified, thrilled, and completely furious. I mean, we all knew Matt was unhinged. We all knew he was a dangerous psychopath. But cutting the brakes on her car in the dead of night? Are you kidding me right now? I'm shaking just thinking about it. Okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's rewind for a second because we have to talk about how we even got to this nightmare scenario in the first place. Remember when Phyllis, in her absolute infinite wisdom, decided to kidnap Matt Clark while he was faking amnesia and hold him hostage in a dark basement? Yeah, I was screaming at my screen then, too. I've been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen Phyllis do some incredibly reckless things. But cornering a literal monster like Matt, that was practically a death wish. And then Sienna Bacall, don't even get me started on that fanatic. Sienna comes out of the shadows, knocks Phyllis out cold, and sets Matt free. The exact moment Matt walked out of that basement, we all knew Phyllis had signed her own death warrant. He saw her true colors. He realized she wasn't just playing a game. She was willing to torture him to get what she wanted. And Matt Clark does not forgive. But what I absolutely did not see coming, what literally made my jaw drop to the floor, was Matt teaming up with Patty Williams to plan his revenge. I'm sorry, but can we talk about this? Patty Williams, the same Patty who has been violently obsessed with Jack Abbott, the same Patty who literally poisoned Phyllis's daughter Summer years ago. Jack thought he could manipulate Patty to use her against Victor Newman, but he clearly underestimated just how dangerously unpredictable she is. Now she's aligned with Matt Clark. It's like the writers took the two most genuinely terrifying, unhinged villains in Genoa City and put them in a room together to plot absolute destruction. It's brilliant, but it's also the most terrifying thing they've done in years. I kind of love it, but I also hate it because it means my girl Phyllis is in the crosshairs of two people who have absolutely nothing to lose. And you could see it on Phyllis's face all episode long. The sheer, unadulterated panic. Phyllis is usually the one pulling the strings, right? She's the grand manipulator, the one who outsmarts everyone from Victor Newman to Christine Blair. But ever since that whole AI evidence trap set by Victor and Christine pushed her into a corner, she's been spiraling. And now, knowing Matt is out there, fully aware of what she did to him, and completely off his leash, she was a nervous wreck. Every shadow, every sound, she was jumping. I mean, it was actually hard to watch because we are so used to seeing her as this untouchable force of nature. But she knew. Deep down, she knew Matt was coming for her, and she was bracing herself for the impact. She just didn't know how or when he would strike. She was completely isolated, alienating Michael and Lauren, fighting a legal battle, and now fighting for her actual life. Then came the night scene. Oh my God. The cinematography in this episode was insane. It was so dark, so moody, so incredibly tense. We see Matt lurking around Phyllis's car in the dead of night. The sheer audacity of this man. He didn't just want to shoot her or confront her face to face. He wanted to make it look like an accident. Or worse, he wanted her to experience the absolute terror of losing control before she died. He gets under the car and he completely destroys her brake system. And he's just smirking, that cold, dead-eyed smirk, while Patty is probably giggling in the background somewhere. I was literally yelling at the TV, "Phyllis, take a cab. Do not get in that car!" But of course, this is a soap opera, and our beloved characters have to make the absolute worst decisions possible for the sake of the plot. So Phyllis gets in the car. It's late. It's pitch black outside. She's already exhausted and stressed out of her mind from the trial and the basement fiasco. You can see the tension in her shoulders as she grips the steering wheel. She's driving down those winding, treacherous roads of Genoa City, and I'm just sitting on the edge of my couch, biting my nails, because I know exactly what is about to happen. She's driving, and suddenly she needs to slow down for a sharp curve. She presses her foot on the brake pedal. Nothing. He goes straight to the floor. The look of pure, unfiltered horror that washed over Michelle Stafford's face in that exact second deserves an Emmy. Give her the Emmy right now. The realization that she was entirely helpless, that Matt had gotten to her, it was written all over her face. She starts pumping the brakes. No, 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 no. She's screaming. The car is picking up speed. The tires are screeching against the asphalt. She is desperately trying to wrestle with the steering wheel to keep the car on the road, but it's going way too fast. The momentum is totally out of control. And then, bam, the crash was so violent I actually gasped out loud and dropped my phone. The sound of crunching metal, the shattering glass, the way the car just crumpled against the embankment and flipped, it was brutal. I know some people in the fandom are loving this because Phyllis has made a lot of enemies lately, and they think she deserves some karma. But personally, I felt sick to my stomach. No one deserves to go out like that, especially not a legacy character who has carried so many storylines on her back for decades. And then the aftermath. The dust settles. The car horn is blaring in that continuous, eerie drone that just cuts right through you. We see Phyllis inside the wreckage, and she is severely injured. There's blood everywhere. She's trapped under the dashboard, and the pain, you could feel her pain radiating through the screen. But she isn't just crying. She is furious. She is screaming in absolute agony and rage because she knows exactly who did this. She knows Matt Clark is responsible. Her screams were echoing through the dark woods, and it was honestly chilling. It wasn't just a cry for help. It was a battle cry from a woman who refuses to die, even when she is crushed inside a mangled vehicle. She was Gouthet, just pouring all her anger and fear into the night sky. But here is the part that truly gave me nightmares, the part that proves Matt Clark is the most irredeemable monster on daytime television right now. He was there. He followed her. He was standing right there in the darkness, watching the entire thing unfold. He watched the car crash. He listened to her agonizing screams, and he did absolutely nothing. He just stood there, hands in his pockets, staring at the twisted metal with this blank, apathetic expression on his face. He didn't care. He wanted her to suffer. He wanted to watch the life drain out of her. I mean, how do you even come back from that? How does a character get redeemed after standing by and watching a woman bleed out after deliberately sabotaging her car? Spoiler alert, you don't. He is pure evil, and the fact that he and Patty orchestrated this makes me sick. So now we are left with the ultimate cliffhanger, is Phyllis going to die? Look, I'm going to be real with you guys. There is no way they are killing off Phyllis Summers. She is like a cat with 9 lives. She has survived fires, explosions, collapsing buildings, and being framed for murder. A tampered brake line is not going to be the end of her, but the physical and psychological trauma of this is going to change her forever. And when she survives, because I refuse to believe otherwise, Matt Clark and Patty Williams better run, because an injured, cornered Phyllis who has nothing left to lose is the most dangerous creature on earth. I am dreading the wait for the next episode, but I am also so here for the revenge tour that Phyllis is about to embark on. What do you guys think? Am I the only one who thinks Matt just made the biggest mistake of his life by not making sure she was dead? Let me know in the comments, because my heart is still pounding and I need to talk to people who get it.